Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I want to share with you one of the greatest techniques I ever learned. And part of my journey as a collegiate athlete and as a high-level physical therapist and performance coach for athletes across the globe, from recreational up to Olympic and world team members, this was like the foundation of that beginning. And I want to share with you today because it really changed my life, this one thing that I learned. And it started with this very basic technique, and it's so powerful, and it can be done anywhere at any time, and it alleviates one of our greatest struggles as a human, right? Like this crazy monkey mind that just likes to do whatever it wants to do, likes to worry about the to-dos and the have-not dones and the should-haves and could-haves and would-haves. And then that mind takes us in places that derails us from our true path, right? Our true purpose and where we're headed. And we have this great intention to stay on that path, and all of a sudden that monkey mind just pulls me right off. And I go from a great place of peace and stillness to chaos, criticism, judgment, and confusion, right? And then confusion, we all know, leads to inaction. Confusion leads to indecisiveness. Confusion leads to failure, because ultimately you get lost in the confusion. And so this technique was so powerful for me that I want to share it with everyone. And I first kind of got introduced into breath work and getting my mind right when I struggled with my fears as a collegiate gymnast. They started in high school. I was afraid of my series on beam, which is when you're flipping on the beam. I did a flip-flop and then like a back handspring, put your hands down, and then a flip with no hands. And when I was younger, I had a few falls that resulted in some black eyes. I had a bunch of stuff going on. And in short, I had a fear that grew during an injury that just kept growing. And the fear monkeys had taken over my life pretty much everywhere. And I needed to get myself together because my ultimate goal was collegiate gymnastics and a national championship ring. And here I was on a team that had just won a national championship my freshman year, and I had walked on and I pulled mats for that championship. And so I just burned deeply inside in order to really contribute and get a scholarship. And in that process, I had to conquer my fear. I came back physically better than I ever was before and was cut from the team my sophomore year. And I had skills I'd never had before. So physically, I was getting better, but I still was inconsistent with this one skill. And that fear and that lack of getting my mind right, that's what kept me from my dream at that moment. I spent the next year just going inward deeper and deeper, and I found breath work. And that breath work's what started the stillness that helped me find that alignment inside me that then had me come back the next year, earn a scholarship, start on balance beam. You heard me. I started on balance beam, doing that flick lay every single time. And then contributing my senior year, both starting on beam and vault for our 7th national championship title at Texas Women's University, my collegiate team that I went to. So to get from my failure and my being cut and living in fear, I had to wrap my alignment. I had to get aligned to my mind and my body, my emotions and my spirit, that inner connection of my purpose and drive. And to get there, I needed stillness. And this breath work is what got me there. It was such a powerful tool, and I want to share it with you today so that you also can find that inner alignment and find that peace, that place of stillness, that place of serenity, that place of love and like self-acceptance, that place where no matter what's thrown our way, we still have this rooted stance. We're like in the middle, the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm is the calmest place where there's nothing. And so everything can spin around me, but yet I can stay still and I can stay pointed on the direction of my path and my purpose. So I want no further ado, I want to share with you this technique. So I was taught this technique, the beginnings of it I learned when I was in college and struggling with that fear. And I took that technique, and this is a development of that technique that I was taught by a Kriya Yoga Master. His name is Yogiraj Gurunath Siddhanath, and he taught me this technique, and I'm here to share it with you today so that you can find that inner peace and stillness. So simply find a place that's comfortable for you. Sit upright with a straight spine. If you want, you can lay down on your back, bend your knees, keep your legs straight, whatever's comfortable. And I want you to just begin to inhale through your nose and exhale slowly through your nostrils, letting it all go. Inhale, connecting to your breath. Exhale, watching the breath go out the nostrils. Begin to let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw drop. Bring in an attitude of a child of 5. Sit feelingly. Get absorbed in your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Continue inhaling, and this time hold your breath, filling your whole body full of love, disintegrating all that stress, worry, fear, anxiety, negative thoughts and emotion, all that's not serving you. And when you can no longer hold it, you're going to turn your head to the left, over your left shoulder, and exhale forcefully out of your mouth all that's not serving you. All that stress, worry, fears, negative energies, negative thoughts and emotions, anything that's not serving you, exhale it forcefully over your left shoulder. Now, before we go on to the breath, I want to show you a little bit about kind of a visualization, which is helpful when we're doing this meditation. So you're going to find your rib cage. Right where the rib cage meets, there's a soft spot. Back from that soft spot, back towards the front of your spine, you're going to visualize a 12-petaled golden lotus flower sitting in a golden bud up towards the crown of your head. Now, a lot of people want to see what that looks like. So what that looks like is this. Here's the golden lotus bud. And as we inhale, you're going to watch the lotus open and bloom. And as we exhale, you're going to watch the lotus close. Inhaling, watching the lotus open. Exhaling, watching the lotus close. So visualize that golden lotus right where the rib cage meets, the soft spot at the front underneath the rib cage, back towards the front of the spine, 12-petal golden lotus bud pointing up towards the crown of your head. Inhale, love, watching the lotus open. Exhale, love, watching the lotus close. Inhale, love, watching the lotus open. Exhale, love, watching the lotus close. Inhale, love, watching the golden lotus open, filling your whole body with that love. The mental, physical, emotional, energetic you, full of that love. Exhale, love, watching the lotus close. Inhale, love, keeping your attention on the golden lotus. Exhale, love. Inhale love. Exhale love. Inhale love, watching the lotus open. Exhale love, watching the lotus close. Inhale love, watching the lotus open. Exhale love, watching it close. Inhale love, watching the lotus open. Exhale love, watching the lotus close. Inhale love, watching the golden lotus open. Filling every cell, every atom, every particle of you full of that love. Exhale love, watching the lotus close. Inhale love, watching the lotus open. Exhale love, watching the lotus close. Inhale love, watching the golden lotus open. Exhale love, watching the golden lotus close. It's okay if your mind drifts, just bring it back to the golden lotus. At the soft spot below your ribcage, back towards the front of the spine. Inhale love, watching the golden lotus open. Exhale love, watching the golden lotus close. Inhale love, watching the golden lotus open. Exhale love, watching the golden lotus close. Inhale love, filling every aspect of you, the mental, physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual you, full of that love. Exhale love, watching the lotus close. Inhale love, watching it open. Exhale love, watching it close. Inhale love, watching it open. Exhale love, watching it close. Inhale love, watching it open. Exhale love, watching it close. Inhale love, watching it open. Exhale love, watching it close. Let yourself get absorbed in the lotus. Inhaling love, watching it open. Exhaling love, watching it close. Inhale love, watching it open. Exhale love, watching watching your breath as you watch the lotus. Inhaling and opening, exhaling and closing. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently, when you're ready, open your eyes and notice the quiet. Notice the monkeys have stopped jumping on the bed. They're not taking your mind in all these different places. Notice the inner stillness. That is you. That is me. That is where we find our purpose. And in this place of stillness, it's much easier to get clarity, to know what the next step is. Come back to this place anytime that you have gone off, anytime the mind has pulled you, the emotion has pulled you, the daily tasks have pulled you. You can come back to this space. And you can, if you practice this in times when you're quiet and peaceful, like at night before bed, or moments when you have a moment with stillness and quietness. If you practice it, you can practice it for 2 minutes, you can practice it for 5 minutes, you could practice it for 20 or 30 minutes. You can do it anywhere, anytime. But if you practice it when you're peaceful and still, you'll be able to access it in times of conflict or distress or disease, right? So if you practice it when you're still, when there's someone coming at you with a conflict, there's a disagreement, there's a lot of decisions to be made, there's overwhelmingness that comes, you can access the Golden Lotus right then and there. And in 1 to 3 breaths, you can be right back to where we were at the end of that meditation. That is the trick I learned in college that helped me go from cut from the team, full of fear, unable to perform, to starting, getting a scholarship, and winning a national championship. I use this technique every day to be a mom, and to be a physical therapist, and a performance coach, and to just be me, so that I can keep clarity on where I'm headed. I pray and wish that you find the same relief and comfort and clarity in the same meditation. So many blessings to you. Go and try this meditation. Again, you can do it if someone's driving the car and you're writing, do it then. You can do it while you're sitting and waiting for something. Half our life is spent waiting. So go and try this meditation anywhere, anytime, any place. Standing, sitting, lying down. May it bring you as much peace and serenity and clarity for you to stay on this path of your purpose so that you may reach your highest potential and achieve championship mindset. Thanks for joining me today. Many blessings. Please reach out, or you can hashtag me or tag me at Perfect10PT on Instagram or on Facebook, and share your wins. I love and love to hear how people have taken these tools and had success in their life and in their sport and in their careers by using these tools. So please reach out, share your wins with others so others will also feel empowered to do more of this. So reach out, hashtag me, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook, Twitter, Perfect10, the number 10 PT. So Perfect, the number 10 PT. Many, many blessings to you. May you find clarity, peace, and purpose.